What's up, guys? My name is Dustin Durow. I'm your host here of Level Up with Aggressive Comics, and I'm here in Health Forever in Somerville, Mass. I'm here with my friend, Coach Sean Provost today. She's going to be taking us through some bodyweight exercises that you can do at home to help build your confidence, your fitness ability, so that you'll feel more comfortable the day you actually decide to take those steps into a gym. Now, Sean, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you came from, and your personal fitness journey?
Sure. So I grew up doing a bunch of ballet and gymnastics classes, got super into gymnastics in, I'd say, middle school, high school. I started competing on a regional and national level. Totally fell in love with the mental and physical aspect. I think gymnastics really does kind of a combination of both. And when I went to college, like a lot of other people, I just kind of fell off that bandwagon. Spent a lot of time doing a lot of extracurricular activities that were not focused on fitness or athletics. So I gained a little bit of weight in college, and I've been working since then in running and trail racing and doing obstacle course races like Spartan Race to stay fit, stay healthy, and get that mental and physical kind of challenge back in my life. That's
awesome. Well, thank you for being with us today. Thank you for having us. And thank you for being a part of the very first episode of Level Up by Aggressive Comics. Alright guys, we're going to be starting off with some push-ups. It's an old-fashioned exercise everyone's aware of, but you might not be doing it right. So, I'm going to be demonstrating the push-ups, and Sean here will be leading me and you through it.
Alright guys, so to start, you're going to start in your plank position, which is right here. So you want to be looking out just past your hands, your shoulders, your wrists are going to be under your shoulders. Straight line all the way from the top of your head to your heels, and you really want to squeeze your shoulders back and down, keeping your back really tight. Your core is going to be tight as well, keeping your abs to your lower back, and squeeze your glutes and your hamstrings and keep your legs tight together. When you press down, it's almost like an earth down instead of a push up, I like to say. So you want to bring yourself down really slow and then push yourself all the way back up, maintaining that tight back, tight core, and tight leg structure. Do a couple more reps. Keeping his eyes out a little bit, keeps him from smashing his face into the ground too.
I really like my chin, I can't help it.
Alright, so some of the variations we're going to try are putting your hands in a diamond shape, just like this. So it brings your arms in a little bit of a different position. Your wrists are going to be way under your chest. Okay, so when you come down, as you press down, your elbows have to come out from your body, right? And then as you push up, you're really using your pecs and your chest muscles a little bit more than you were before. Same position in your body, so you're keeping your back nice and tight, your core is squeezed together, your legs are together, and you're in a straight line all the way from the top of your head to your heels. Another variation is a wide push-up, so instead of having your wrists under your shoulders, you're going to bring them out as far as you can. You can even do these as far as on your fingertips. I know a couple people who can, but I am not one of them. So when you can, call me up and let me know. The wider the better. Again, this is really going to target those chest muscles. Make sure you keep your back really tight, squeezing those shoulders back and down away from your ears with a really long neck. Squeeze your core tight to your lower back. And go ahead and go down, Dustin. And come back up. So your elbows are again facing out really far away from your body. So tricep push-ups. Your same position as a normal push-up, but here, instead of having your elbows come out as you push down, you're going to have your elbows tight to your body. Right? So as you come down, keeping your elbows squeezed in tight, push back up. So you'll feel this a little bit more in your arms than in your chest. It's just another variation for you. Keeping the same position with your shoulders back and down, core is tight, legs are together, and straight line from your head to your toes. Perfect.
Awesome. Thanks, Sean.
So once you get a little more advanced with your push-ups, if you get bored of the other ones we've shown you, we'll start with a clapping in front push-up. Good. So keeping the same position, right? You're keeping your whole body tight, shoulders back and down. You just want to pick your hands up and clap. Go ahead and do a couple more, Dustin. Awesome. So if that still doesn't get you going, the last variation, which is my personal favorite, is clapping behind your back. So keep your body really, really tight, and if you smash your face a couple times, that's okay, we've all done it. But go ahead and try this one out for size. Alright, so keeping that body nice and straight, keeping your core really tight, and just clap behind your back, bring your hands back down. Smashing the face.
It any of you know from the Reebok Spartan race, you're probably familiar with burpees. Use those as a penalty if you can't finish one of our obstacles. It's going to be 30 burpees if you can't do it. So, a lot of my Spartans out there, you're already very familiar with burpees, and hopefully you know how to do them right, especially if you're an elite. So, we're here to tell you exactly how to do a burpee, which is a great full body exercise that everyone really needs to utilize in their training program. So, Sean's going to walk me how to do. Sean is going to walk me through how to do a proper burpee with proper form.
Awesome. All right, so everybody, remember your push-up form from what we just did, from the exercises that we just did. There is a push-up in a burpee. If there's no push-up, it's a squat thrust, which is a completely different exercise, still useful, but very different. So to start our burpee, you're gonna start with just in a normal standing back. So to start your burpee, you're gonna just stand there, chest up, all right? Legs together. Drop down into a plank position on the floor. Jump your feet back into your plank position. Push up, chest to the ground. Come back up, jump your feet into your hands, and straight jump from the floor. That's one burpee. So in a Spartan race, there's a 30 burpee penalty if you can't complete an obstacle, so you do 30 of those. Dustin, why don't you do a couple for us? Awesome, good job.
Thanks.
Awesome. All right, so now we're gonna do some body weight squats. So there's a bunch of variations we can do here as well. So we're gonna start with just a normal squat. We're gonna start with our feet parallel, our toes facing forward, and our ankles right under our shoulders. So a little bit wider than hip width distance apart. So go ahead and put your hands together, clasp them together in front of you, and you're gonna keep your chest up as high as you can, all right? Don't bend forward. You're gonna keep your chest up. Sit down like you're sitting in a chair. Push your butt back, get down as low as you can, and then stand up. As you stand up, you squeeze your glutes and you squeeze your hamstrings and keep everything super, super tight, right? The whole time you wanna engage your core and push your shoulders back and down.
And if you want extra motivation, have someone else squeeze your glutes.
All right, so let's do a couple of those. Squeeze your hands together and go down, keeping that chest up nice and high, and then squeeze your glutes and your hamstrings as you stand up. One more. Sit down like you're sitting in a chair, and then stand all the way back up. So another variation that you can do, straddle your feet a little bit wider. So really, really wide here. Make sure that your toes are facing forward. You don't want your toes to face out. You have to protect those knees, especially for the girls, okay? So stay in position with your hands. You can even put your hands on your hips if you want to, but putting them here gets you ready to hold extra weight when you get a little bit more advanced. All right, so go ahead and clasp your hands together. Keep that chest up, chin up. Squeeze your shoulders back and down, core is tight. Go down, and then stand back up, squeezing your glutes and your hamstrings. One more, down, and stand up. All right? Another variation, which is one of my favorites, you go up on your toes, start on your toes, squeeze everything really tight, sit down like you're sitting in a chair, and stand up, same, squeezing your glutes and hamstrings. One more, stay on those toes, come down, and stand up.
And if you're anything like me, a lot of you out there, you may have a background in dance. And my first job was a breakdancing teacher, but I did ballet, tap, jazz, and a lot of other things. A lot of you will have to break the habit of having your feet turned out while doing this because of all your bar work and your plies. So you're not alone. It's a habit drilled into you for a long time. Make sure to keep those toes forward. It will save you a lot of stress, especially when you start out anyway.
So another awesome body weight exercise is lunges. So I'm gonna demonstrate a lunge on my right leg, and we're gonna do lunge pulses. So same upper body positioning as our squats. We're gonna keep our chest up nice and high, space between our chin and our chest, squeezing our shoulders back and down. And let's take a step back with one leg. So for me, it's gonna be my left leg. And you want it a little bit uncomfortable behind you, okay? And a little bit uncomfortable in front. Most of your weight is gonna be on your front leg, but you do wanna kind of balance it out. So go ahead and bend your back leg a little bit and sit into the heel of your front foot. Again, keeping your chest up. Let's put our hands on our hips and let's do one pulse. So all the way down, knee touches the floor, and then stand up. All right, one more. All the way down to the floor and stand up. So as you get more advanced in your lunges, you won't have to touch the floor. This is really just for positioning so you can see where your balance is, okay? You want your weight on your toe on your back foot and your heel on your front foot, keeping your front knee behind your big toe. All right, so let's do a couple more. All the way down and stand up. Squeeze your glutes and your hamstrings. Down and up. One more. Down and up.
One of the most useful exercises for training your upper body is the pull-up. It's another classic just like the push-up, except the exact opposite. So we're going to be over here on the pull-up station here in this gym to show you a few variations on this classic exercise. And I'm going to be demonstrating a classic pull-up, and Sean's going to be telling you how it's done.
Alright guys, so a classic push-up has a wide grip, and you're going to start from a dead hang, so your body weight is solely on your shoulders. Go ahead and pull all the way up so your chin is above the bar, and lower yourself all the way back down. So nice and slow and controlled is obviously better. You don't want to go crazy, no butterfly pull-ups like are on those CrossFit competitions. You want to make sure that your body goes all the way from lower, all the way up, above the bar, and then come back down. So you use the whole range of motion in your lats.
And another variation on this, which is another classic, is the chin-up, is where you use the underhand grip instead. And it isolates your biceps a lot more. And as with any exercise you'll ever do, slow and controlled is the way to go. You don't want to use momentum to try to get up on the bar like this, or with any other exercise. That's how you dislocate things. That's how you end up at the hospital instead of the finish line.
Alright, so my favorite variation on a pull-up is called a Frenchie. So what I'm going to do is start from a dead hang, pull all the way up. I'm going to lower myself halfway down, hold it for a couple seconds, pull all the way back up, lower myself 3/4 of the way down, hold it, pull all the way back up and let down. And that's just one rep for this exercise.
And just like with the push-ups, there are tons and tons of variations on the pull-up and the chin-up that you can do, as long as you have any kind of basic pull-up bar in your house, which I suggest everyone have because it's only 30-40 bucks and it is a great investment for your fitness routine. And one of the fun things you can do is bring an ab workout into it. For instance, once you get on close grip pull-up like this, you can extend your legs forward, bring yourself up, bring yourself down, and then continue there. And that isolates your core a lot, as well as your arms and your upper body. So there are fun ways to bring other muscle groups into this. Eventually you can work on to weighted pull-ups and things like that. And if you want assistance in doing the pull-up exercises, you can set your toes on a chair to help take some of the weight off your legs when you're trying this for the first time. Or have a friend grab your legs and help you along the way. But don't focus too much on using those assisted pull-up machines in the gym. They don't help you as much as they think, and it will actually slow your progress once you're trying to do this unassisted. All right, for this week's charity highlight, we're going to be talking about the Family Reach Foundation, which is a foundation that means a lot to me because they've done a lot to help out one of my friends and co-workers at Spartan Race, and I'm also really good friends with a lot of people involved in the charity itself. And Sean here is a Reach athlete racing for Family Reach Foundation. So Sean, why don't you tell us a little bit about Family Reach and what they do?
Sure. So Family Reach Foundation is an awesome organization that I've been working for about 1.5 years now. I found out about it through one of my other jobs with Cassie Taylor and Ma Velez. Shout out to those two who are awesome.
Love you, Ma.
So Family Reach Family Reach Foundation is a charity organized to help financially and emotionally for families who have a family member battling cancer. So as I'm sure a lot of you know, the bills from cancer care can be devastating, and people have to choose between providing vital support to a family member and choosing to feed their family or keep the lights on in their house, and sometimes it's just a lot to handle. So the money that is given to the Family Reach Foundation, 85 cents on every dollar, goes to a family in need. So I do a bunch of races for them throughout the year, and I race and I do a bunch of challenges to kind of raise money and awareness for them.
Awesome. So you're racing in the Boston Marathon 2015, right?
I am racing in 2015 Boston Marathon. I'm running for Family Reach Foundation. I have a goal of $7,500 that I have to reach that I would appreciate your help with. And I'm actually coaching their marathon team as well, which is awesome.
Awesome. Okay, so if you want to find out how to donate to Family Reach Foundation, and especially to helping Sean raise her goal of $7,500 for the Boston Marathon, all of which will go to Family Reach. Check out liveunbreakable.com, and through that you can also find out more about Sean and all the training that she offers in the Boston area. All right, well that's that. Thank you guys so much for coming out here to join us for episode 1 of Level Up by Aggressive Comics. It's been a fun ride so far, and thank you so much to Sean Provost for being here. Thank you for having us along and helping us out with this project.
Thank you so much for having me.
If you guys want to find out more about Sean and the training opportunities she provides, especially in the Boston area, and online, I've heard, check her out at liveunbreakable.com.
And if you mention this episode in any kind of contact with me, you guys get a 20% off discount for my prices for any kind of training that I offer, from SGX, bootcamp, personal training, group training, or online training.
All right, once again, that's liveunbreakable.com, and now that she's offered a discount, she's also Sean Provost OCR on Facebook, unbreakable_SP on Instagram, liveunbreakable.com, and find her. Okay, so
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so be sure to check us out next week. We're going to be heading down to see my buddy James Mariano, where we're going to be doing a bodybuilding style workout. We're starting off the series of the set of the classics before we move on into the more contemporary stuff you may not have been exposed to yet. So, once again, thank you guys for coming out, sticking around with us, making sure that we can all level up together. I'm Dustin Dureau, Sean Provost, signing out. On your left.